Murdered Navy SEAL Chris Kyle's best-selling memoir made America's deadliest sniper millions of dollars. Today, a jury awarded $1.8 million to Jesse Ventura. He won the lawsuit against Kyle's wife, Taya, claiming Kyle's story about a 2006 bar fight was all made up. Chris Kyle told the bar fight story when he was on Fox 4 News at 9, talking about the book in 2012. Our Richard Ray has more on the decision, what it could mean for Kyle's legacy and his family. Richard.
Clarice, on Monday, after 5 days of deliberations, the jury told the judge it was deadlocked. Today, the judge asked attorneys for both sides to consider accepting less than a unanimous verdict. Both agreed they would, and 2 hours later, on an 8-2 vote, the jury sided with Jesse Ventura.
And you punched out Jesse Ventura.
In his book, American Sniper, Chris Kyle identified the man he struck as Scruffface. But during book promotions after its release, he called Jesse Ventura by name.
You say Ventura made some comments that deserved to get him knocked on his butt. How'd that go down?
He did. He's definitely not for the war.
This was Kyle talking with our Steve Eager a few days after the book's release about the 2006 confrontation at a California bar.
What did he say? What did he do?
He was going off on the war and upsetting a lot of people, and we asked him to keep it quiet. And
so he said something that got you.
He said we deserved to lose some guys.
And after you had just lost a buddy.
Right.
And his next stop was.
Well, he fell down.
He fell down. Yeah.
What the governor always wanted was a jury verdict that says Chris Kyle's story is a lie. He's got that. The money that's just on top.
Ventura, the former SEAL and one-time governor of Minnesota, was not in the courtroom when the verdict was read, nor was Kyle's widow, Taya.
I called her. She was very surprised and obviously upset.
On Chris Kyle's Facebook page, Taya writes, "The truth is still the truth. Chris Kyle stood for what is right and fiercely protected it with everything he had, including his life. I will do no less." Attorney Larry Friedman represents Taya in a separate legal matter. She told him she plans to appeal all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. Ventura claims the fight never happened, but several people at the bar that night testified they saw or heard parts of a scuffle between the two men.
Taya Kyle was not an eyewitness to the events, but she and we found the testimony of the 11 witnesses who were eyewitnesses to what happened there to be compelling.
Obviously, I believe that Chris's story, and I think the veteran community believes Chris's story.
Bill Wayborn is police chief of Dalworthington Gardens, a close friend, and shocked, he says, by the verdict.
It is absolutely beyond me that this is a fabricated story with a conspiracy of going to the lengths that it's gone to. I think that just doesn't meet the common sense test. You're talking about one of the top 10 decorated soldiers in the last 13 years. He didn't need to embellish not one thing.
Ventura's attorney said inconsistencies in testimony from defense witnesses were so serious that their stories could not be trusted. He also made it clear that Ventura is suing the book publisher and not Kyle's family.
This money does not come out of a widow's pocket. It comes from an insurance company. The publisher can choose to continue publishing or not, but they do so at their own risk.
Ventura's attorney said they will seek a retraction from the publisher, HarperCollins, on that portion of the book. Both sides agree at least some of the damage money will come from the publisher's insurance company. Ventura's attorney claims all of the money will come from insurance money. Kyle's attorney thinks some of it could come out of book profits, but the final total is still up to a judge, again, pending a possible appeal. Clarice?